Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. Well, tonight there are new details into the probe of the handling of the president's classified documents, including the total number found. But there are still so many questions, the president today refusing to answer any questions on it. Plus, the new spotlight on Ukraine as Russia unleashes one of its billionaire oligarchs and his private army of mercenaries. But we do want to begin with those devastating tornadoes. Dozens of twisters left behind destruction in at least 6 states. The most extensive damage is in Alabama, where 7 deaths were reported after just one tornado tore through 2 different communities. Entire neighborhoods are destroyed, homes blown apart, and trees snapped in half, with debris you can see scattered for miles. The destruction continued into Georgia, where at least 2 people were killed, including a 5-year-old. Meanwhile, California residents still bracing for even more storms after weeks of torrential rains and mass flooding. We've got team coverage tonight, starting with CBS's Omar Villafranca in Selma, Alabama. Good evening, Omar.
Good evening. Yesterday, storms ripped through Alabama and Georgia, and they knocked over buildings like this daycare and snapped trees. The winds here were about 115 miles per hour. And you see all this damage around us right now. People who tried to ride it out in this building thought they were going to die.
We ran in this room right here.
Amanda McLeod says it's a miracle she survived a tornado that destroyed this Selma Church daycare. She's being called a hero for how she and her fellow teachers protected 8 infants as the tornado tore through the building.
I had the 7-week-old here, and I think she's 4 or 5 months old here, and I was sitting down, and when the power went out, I was just like, you know, I just shielded him, the little one, the 7-week-old one.
Selma, Alabama took a direct hit. A 20-mile path of destruction cut through its historic downtown. Buildings bulldozed and residents left stunned.
It's bad down here, like Louisiana. It's bad.
Oh my gosh.
The storm was part of a system that battered California this week, with more to come. CBS's Carter Evans is on the hard-hit Central Coast.
This is the big area of concern. The Salinas River near Monterey has crested, and it's beginning to flood some low-lying areas. But much of this region has already been inundated. Neighborhoods submerged, fields and vineyards underwater. As the storms keep coming, the worry both inland and along the coast. Also a concern, high surf. Waves up to 20 feet in some areas could cause even more flooding.
Back in the South, at least 2 people were killed in Georgia, including a 5-year-old boy after a tree fell on his car. And near Montgomery, Alabama, cleanup after a likely EF3 tornado damaged or destroyed roughly 40 homes. Emergency Management Director Ernie Baggett says it could have been worse.
The school system kept all the kids in place rather than putting them on the buses and sending them home early.
Do you think that saved lives?
Oh, no doubt.
At least 40 tornadoes were reported during this storm. Now, thousands of people are still without power. You can see it's pretty dark around here. But we have seen power crews from other states trying to fix that. But Norah, it is going to take weeks to clean all of this up.
Incredible stories of survival. Omar Villafranca, thank you.